I was really inspired by Adam Savage video about tape measures when he brought on Laura Kampf.
And they're great. The only thing that sucks is the belt clip.
The belt clip doesn't really work.
It's constantly under something, but then it's kind of uncomfortable to reach.
And
you get it in your car or the tables, and then you constantly lose it. And I call it the tape mate, and it looks simple. It is simple, but it solves all the problems. So it has the right position.
Right.
It also turns your tape measure to a single hand operation thing, right?
Oh,
you don't have to hold it. And
you can put it on like that or like
Exactly.
this.
So if you don't wear a belt,
And then you're just there.
and then you're there. It's practical and it looks cool or whatever you want.
Oh my God, Laura.
Also, if you just want to make one, make one.
Yes!
I got tape measures all over the place. I am not a maker per se. I'm a graphic designer and a former musician who can't quite give up the habit completely, as well as a filmmaker. And all my tools fit in one toolbox, basically. Well, two if you include the fastener things, which is where I keep my Velcro and my zip ties and whatever. But I'm in the middle of a big construction project, which I'm doing a lot of measuring, and I saw the tape mate and thought, because it just so happened that my dad was a printer. And his little printing company used to do lithography. And I guess he opened in the 60s, I want to say. I'm not entirely sure. My dad was born in 1923. But he went from this incredibly cool logo and then upgraded it in the 80s to that design, which I like for its stencil sleekness, but really doesn't hold a candle to the OG. He died about 25 years ago, and I happened to keep finding things with his. This has been very surprisingly useful in my middle age, if you want to get crazy close to things. And the piece de resistance was his company branded tape measure. Now this is I think it's 72 inches total, so it's not like the 25-footer big boys that you know in the modern era, but damn, it's super handy. It's sleek. It's got the form factor of a Zippo, essentially stainless steel, and it weighs 4 or 5 ounces maybe. And it just so happened that earlier this week I happened to reclaim something from one of my previous slumlords. I was riding my bike and I noticed that the trellis was still there. Trellis that was a gift, and I went and rescued it. It's now in the garden. We're gonna grow some vines, and that trellis was secured to the front yard fence with this loop of Velcro. And after I installed this trellis, I was like, what the hell am I gonna do with that Velcro? The other great tool I'm obsessed with are binder clips, butterfly clips, as I grew up calling them, because they have wings, and they are super handy for all kinds of things. In fact, this is not a joke, I am going to show you, because I live in New Orleans, the drunk driving capital of America. My car's been hit so many times, all while parked, all on the driver's side, and I have figured out that I can clip my fenders on with a combination of the rough side of Velcro and 1-inch binder clips. So that's just holding the rear fenders on, this is holding the front fenders on, and it works. I've driven 150,000 miles on binder clips. Not a joke. Which leads me to the tape mate. I got inspired because I realized that a good binder clip could probably handle a lot of the things. So I created what I call the Tape Mate Junior, which is the real moron's version of this, but it actually kind of works. You have to have a loop. this is the thing, a loop of Velcro. I don't know if this is something you buy. I assume it is, but it is essentially the shape of like a lowercase d or a lowercase b, depending on how you turn it. And it wraps around to itself. So the trick here is the modularity of the binder clip. It's done, the binder clip handles are removable, and that was like the design master stroke of the binder clip's like infinite utility. By taking these handles off, you can change the form of the clip. It's sort of real estate, and as well, the handles are loops, so you can start looping things together. Rubber bands, anything loop shaped. And so here we have the genius. Goes a little something like this. Remove a handle from one side of the butterfly clip, doesn't matter which, it's very symmetrical. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your Velcro loop. Now the loop bit, that is not for the tape measure. The loop bit is actually for the handle side. You take the open side, take your tape measure, and you got to make sure this point is facing outward, and then you wrap it as tight as possible. You basically align the top with the place where the loop starts, and then you wrap it around as tight as possible, and you make sure it goes over a little bit for a better grasp on the back end. Flatten that puppy together. Boom. Now you got it slung, you got it captured in one dimension. What about the second dimension? Well, the other thing is, I just realized I put this in backwards because you're gonna want, whatever side you loop this around, you're gonna want this facing that orientation. Basically, camera right if the outside of it is facing you. Now, to wrap it on the lateral dimension, you get your basic bitch office rubber band. I like a triple loop, and you slide it around, and boom, captured it now on both sides, both axes. And this could go on a belt, obviously, but you don't want that. Like, it needs to hang a little lower. It needs to be able to go on both vertical and or like clip up and clip down as they demonstrated. And that's where the genius of this comes in. Whoever designed these binder clips really deserves a big raise, because you flip it through there. The key with this component is the fat side of the butterfly clip can go on either, you can hook it like on this side, but that would be wrong. It needs to lie flat to your body. So you want the fat end of the butterfly clip to be on the fat end of the loop. Basically, line those things up like yada, and behold, a totally MacGyvered caveman version of the tape mate. This is the belt loop scenario. There you've got the top of pockets scenario. And this is a thing where you can flip the handle down, binder clip handle goes down. Now you got it at thigh level. Pull that out. Or if you want it a little higher, or if you do have a belt and it's a permanent thing, you can actually take this handle off, throw that away, and then you've got it permanently attached. Of course, I forgot to attach it. And also, I'm not wearing a belt, so there's that. But say, you want it at the bottom of your shirt, and there it is. Boom, bottom of the shirt. I love the snake thing. All right, there you go. It's Fisher-Price's My First Tape Mate, as it were. So, thank you, Laura, for inventing this, and for Adam for bringing it to my attention. And now I have a fun and practical way of bringing my dad's old tape measure out to different places in a super gun-slinging, shooting from the hip kind of way. Made out of office supplies. Yo, peace.